how I told you. This calls for tickling. That's the advantage of being a grandparent. I get to hand him off to his mother.
What?
Mama, do you have to go?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
You're not fighting a game?
Not yet.
Oh! Yes, when you touched that guy. She talked about that guy during the final episode. I didn't understand, the parallel. They made so many parallels, in fact, with the final episode and the first one.
I'm sorry, the gravity of the real planet hurts.
When she said I was in the past someone who could torture a birder just to have some information.
Lungs and your fragile bones. All you have to do to make it stop is talk. A whisper will do. If that's all you can manage. Give him another 10 hours. If he's Orion's, call me.
What's up, Val?
Cheap-ass air filter's cracked out. Second time this month.
Any rain yet?
Stress call we never received. It was logged with HQ by some anonymous piece of shit do-gooder aboard this ship. Holden, he'll head up this rescue or salvage.
Already playing at being the good guy.
How's the night?
She's one leaky lifeboat. She should be able to manage 50,000 gigs of vacuum.
Alright, you're on board.
That's how,
This is Holden.
since the beginning, you just wanted to save people all day. To do what you think, which is good. Even if it's something, against the rules, against what they ordered you. Since the beginning of them, you didn't change for that. You're more mature now, less naive.
Here it comes.
The count was a good shit.
If your girlfriend loved that distress call, she's gonna be living it down for a long time.
She didn't.
I didn't. I'm just gonna check it.
And you were already fully honest with her.
Think to myself if I were you.
And she appreciated that you want to save people. What a good...
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yes, sir. Okay.
I'm sorry, I saw his family. And I remembered
So just for the record, guys,
directly,
I don't want to be here right now. Me neither.
you're not gonna be there for a long time. You alone.
If you see anything that seems off, you pack up the toys and come on home.
No heroes, guys. Ready to leave the barn? Good luck.
Always saying that, always being in fact the real heroes.
She's off the clock. And she can tell me that.
Clearly.
Hearing clicks on rocks in the spare time.
You wanna know what else he's into?
Hey, I need a woman's intuition.
I would have loved for you
No, she's
to
just a missing persons case. Not permitted to
maybe
discuss.
just have a nice life with Octavia.
Now, what would a rich girl do? To really piss Daddy off. Not serious.
Pretty much what I did. Bang every space fucker I could find.
It's not helpful. Miss me. Miss these little chaps.
Good night.
Or maybe not. For what I just said.
Well, we came, we looked, we left. No one's gonna know if we set foot on that thing.
Alright, I'll go and poke around.
I'll go with him.
Because you know that he can't do that alone, that he would need you. Always there to protect people you care about. I don't think that he cared right there about Holden, but still he wanted to protect in a way. The camera like that, the silent mood. What the... I remember why I fell in love with this show. I knew that I could appreciate it for the story, the characters, and how it was done.
Reactor wasn't killed by the blast. Someone went through the shutdown procedures.
We never did something like that after, no?
And they left
Not
all the
anymore, I
pressure
mean.
doors open.
The camera being just like that.
I was sitting in the stretch speaking with Bert Combs.
Something else is doing it.
Does that look like a living up? If it was a bomb, we'd be toast.
Someone's been bringing him to the courthouse. Somebody planted it.
Aggravate. Think Al was right?
Ship just appeared near your location.
How is that possible? He's cleared us out to 1 million clicks.
Didn't show up on any of our scope.
Everything that happened during this episode, like, consequences after that.
Cute kid. How old? Some of them now.
We had an understanding, detective, and all right.
And suddenly, you had a morality. Some are gonna say that it's because of Julie. She was beginning to have an influence on you. Some others are gonna say that you already were before, a little, sometimes.
Aaron's good. What do you think?
We know how it's gonna end.
Those weren't meant for us.
Never.
Canterbury burnt like hell. You got it coming. I can check the ice. You need to check the ice. Take it easy. Just stay calm. I just want the car.
And he's never gonna know it. Holden. That was the end of you being so naive and old. Because he felt responsible for that because he lost her.
She's gone.
I want to watch the next episode.
Real lemon works best. Take it.
Guys, everything into this episode, you know, now that I know the entire show, but also, you know, the story where they were taking us, me, you know, as a new viewer who didn't read the books, where they were taking the characters also, what they wanted to do for the story, for everything. Now that I'm seeing that first episode, knowing that, you know, having that in mind, it's insane how they did it right. During the first time, you know, that I watched it, I was really, you know, I had the impression that I had a lot of information to remember, to understand all of the things with the inners, with the belters, with the life on Ceres, with everyone on this and this place, and the characters, what they wanted. I had no idea that Chrisjen would be that important. I had no idea of a lot of things, you know, what she was doing by torturing that belter, but also what was happening, all of the situation with Mars, the fact that Alex was coming from Mars, the fact that Holden was coming from Earth, you know, the fact that there were both right there, but also Miller, you know, all of what it would mean for him to investigate on Julie. Now that I have everything like that on mind, I have the impression that they couldn't have done that first episode better, because they really wrote at the beginning of the episode, but also said during the episode through some different characters, the basic stuff that you need to know about the belt, the belters, the situation, why a war can begin at some point, and about the characters, they really put also the basic stuff of each characters. I mean, of course, I'm gonna talk about Holden. He wanted to save people, he wanted to do the right thing, even if it meant to be against people, you know, in higher places, even if it meant to do something that was not supposed to be legal, you know, something that he was not supposed to do. He wanted to save people and to do the right thing. Until the end, that's what he did, and I even cried about it during the last episode, because again, he did that. And Naomi, when he told her that, she approved it, and she smiled, you know, like she liked the fact that he was honest with her, and that he did that, like, she knew what he wanted to do. She liked him for that right there, like, again, they stayed like that together, their relationship also, why they love each other, because they're honest with each other and because they admire each other for that, for their principles. They changed also a lot, like, I'm not just only talking about their appearances, like really, Amos and Alex, you look not like kids, but you took some years between this episode. Naomi and Holden, not a lot. I don't have the impression that they changed a lot. But yes, they changed a lot with how they were. Like Holden, he was immature, you know, in a way. He didn't want to have a position of responsibility. He didn't want to do things, like he was naive and all. And really, the Canterbury exploding like that with Aid inside, it was really something which changed him forever, because he felt responsible of that, and he lost her also during that moment. That was also a consequence of what he did, you know, like of the fact that he wanted to save people and to do things right, you know, to do something that he was not supposed to do. Yes, it was really the beginning of a big change for his character, for the story for sure, but you know, I'm thinking about his character, Holden, a lot. Of them, it was so great to see them like that, like Chrisjen, to see her happy with her grandkid and her husband, but also to see her torturing that guy. I didn't remember that it was during the first episode that we saw her doing that, like, you know, during the last episode or the one before that, I can't remember, but she made a parallel with that situation. She said, they're never gonna trust me talking about the belters because I was the woman who could torture one of them just to have some information. That was it, that was that scene. At the end of everything of the season, of the final season of the story, the fact that the parallel with that first episode of the first season and what she did into it, and the fact that she changed that much, it's amazing for the character to do a parallel like that, but for the writers to think about it, about making her character, making that parallel. I didn't get it, and I didn't get it also the fact that at the beginning of this episode 1, the first music that we hear, if we are not counting, you know, the scene with Julie, which is almost like a prologue of everything, but really the first scene of the show, the music that we have, it's the music of the opening credit. The last scene of the last episode of the last season, the music that we have, the music from the opening credit. That's also a good parallel, you know, a good thing. And during this first episode, I think that I said it the first time that I watched this first episode. I was interested by the story, I thought that it could be great, you know, to have things like that, you know, maybe battles of powers between the Belters, Earth, Mars. I felt, you know, that we could have something like that. The characters were nice. That was the beginning of something for the characters. I found that we could explore them more. And I think that I said also during that first episode that I liked the way that it was filmed and done. In particular, that moment, you know, with Alex and Holden, if I remember that right, I think that I already said the first time that I appreciated the camera moving like that and the silent mode. And during this rewatching, I felt it again, and I felt also some different moments like that for the camera, how it was filmed and how it was shot, you know. It was really well done, like some of the first pictures, you know, on Julie with the water, with the lights on her like that and all, that was so well done. And since the beginning, in fact, it was printing a mood on the show, on that first episode, on what we could expect for the season, for visually how it would be done. And yes, these pictures, some moments also, some movements of camera, and I don't remember that during the first time that I watched it, I saw that moment, you know, that sequence without any cut. And in fact, now that I can see it again, it's a long sequence without any cut, and the fact that it's into that sequence that we are introduced to all of the main characters, like we met Holden a little earlier into the episode, but how we are discovering Naomi, Alex and Amos, it's during that sequence, which is lasting for a long time. I think that the first time that I saw that sequence, I didn't see that we had no cut into it, but I thought that it was a good thing, you know, to present the place, you know, how we can navigate into that ship, that it was good for that. Yes, still, now I think that, but I think also that it was great to introduce us, the main characters, and I didn't know it the first time that I watched that scene. But you know, the persons who filmed it, who thought about it, who wrote that scene, they thought about it, they knew it. It's made on purpose, you know, to have that long sequence without any cut to introduce these characters. The camera is really like into the air sometimes. It's really good also. Again, for the picture, because it's bringing something, but also for the atmosphere and for the fact that we are into space, but it's not too much, like they are not insisting on it too much. It's really smooth, it's really great. I know why I fall in love with this show. I didn't fall in love with it with the first episode, but I knew that I could love it with the first episode. I knew since the beginning that for the story, for the characters, for all of the different levels that we could have with the story, with not only, you know, the situation with Julie, which was awkward, that situation between the Belters, the OPA, also the Mars, Earth, and all of that, all of these different levels of the story that we could have, all of the different narrative arcs, but also these characters that we could explore. I had already some feelings for them, and yes, for how it was done and written, I knew that this show had everything that I appreciate and that at the end I can love. And now that I'm rewatching it, I understand again why I fall in love with this show. Because really it had everything to please me. That's so cool. That was so cool to rewatch it. I want to rewatch the entire show now. I'm not gonna do it right now, and no matter what, I'm not gonna do it with you guys. You know, I thought about it. I thought not about making reaction videos about it, but you know, at some point I was like, I know that on Twitch, I think, you can do something, you know, with Amazon. You can share your screen, your Amazon, so you can watch something with people. And I thought about it. It'd be interesting to rewatch the entire show with you guys and all of that, but I'm not on Twitch, and also I don't have all of the things, you know, that I need to be on Twitch. Like I have this camera, but I can't use you know, use it for Twitch. And no, I don't have the financial situation to buy things to have something good for Twitch, like the live that I'm gonna make on my channel to talk about the Expanse, you know, the end of the Expanse and also the end of Korra tomorrow. I'm gonna make it with my computer, really with my webcam and the sound of my computer, because I don't have the things that I need to make a good live, even just for Patreon and YouTube. So to put that on Twitch, no. I don't want to go somewhere if I can't go into it, you know, with not wonderful conditions, but at least good conditions for you to watch me, to share something, a good moment with you. I know that it's also something that you're doing with a good sound, a good picture, something like that, the minimum, you know, and I can't do that. For the live that I'm making on my Patreon and YouTube, that's enough because it's between us, but Twitch, it's open to everyone, so I'm not gonna do that. But you know, I thought about it, maybe on another life, or maybe in 1 year, maybe one day I'm gonna be rich and I'm gonna be able to do something like that. I need to play to lottery or something like that. Really, if one day suddenly I have money coming from nowhere, I think that I'm gonna do something like that. You know, because I really want to share more time with you guys, and I thought about it really at several occasions to do something like that. That option on Twitch with Amazon, I think that it could be such a great thing, you know, for reactors like me and for guys like you, you know, to share something with the reactors that you are watching, not only with reaction videos, but also with really live reactions. It could be so great, but yes, I can't do that. Okay, I'm gonna stop everything right there. Again, that was the last video about the Expanse that you're gonna have also, because the live was already done for you. So that's really the last video that you're gonna have about it. And yes, in a way I prefer to end my journey with the Expanse with this video more than with the last episode, because really I was such a mess and I cried so much and I felt so sad. I'm still feeling melancholic a lot, and everything that I said in the review, I still think that, and I'm not gonna say it again because I could cry again saying it. But this journey was so wonderful, epic, with so many good moments, amazing moments, with so much love also. Me for this show, me for you, this community, on my channel, but also the Screaming Fire Hawks. Like, it's better to finish it in a good mood, with a real smile, and to appreciate all of what we spent together, all of what it was. And now all of us we're gonna rewatch the entire show on our own, waiting for a new show to be announced or a movie. Can you hear me, Ty? I know that you're not watching my videos, but just in case, can you hear me, Ty? We want a new show, we want a movie. Please announce us that we need to have an announce. Even if you're telling us just it's gonna happen, we don't want anything like it's gonna happen next year in 2025. I don't care for when it's gonna happen. I don't care for what it's gonna be. I just want you to announce, yes, guys, it's gonna happen. That's all. I don't want to know what, I don't want to know when, I don't want to know who, I don't want to... Just the confirmation, yes, it's gonna happen. Can you give me that? Please? Okay. Let's end all of this journey of the Expanse right there, right now, with a smile. It's all for you and for me, for the Expanse. Forever? We'll see. So it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Great.